Hey there, I want to talk to you about something many of us struggle with but don't always have the words to describe: emotional exhaustion. It's the kind of tiredness that doesn't just disappear after a good night's sleep. You know the feeling, you wake up in the morning, but it feels like you've already run a marathon, mentally and emotionally. Maybe you're juggling school, work, relationships, or just the everyday demands of life, and it's all starting to pile up. The weight of it can feel overwhelming. But here's the thing, emotional exhaustion is real, and it doesn't have to control your life. While you might not be able to wave a magic wand to make it disappear, there are some lesser-known ways to feel better faster. These methods aren't about quick fixes or ignoring your feelings, but about giving yourself the space and care you deserve. Let's dive in. A mental health day without guilt. It's okay to take a break. I know that sounds simple, but when you're emotionally drained, it can be hard to give yourself permission to stop. We live in a world that often glorifies hustle and constant productivity, but sometimes doing absolutely nothing is exactly what you need. Taking a day off, whether it's from work, school, or social obligations, can give you the breathing room to rest and recharge your emotional batteries. Don't let guilt creep in. Your mental well-being is just as important as your physical health, and it's okay to step back when you're feeling burnt out. Take this time to do things that nourish your soul, like watching your favorite show, reading a book, or simply lying in bed and doing nothing. 2. Practice mindful breathing. It might sound like something you've heard before, but trust me, the power of your breath is often underestimated. Mindful breathing can help calm your nervous system and reset your emotional state. Try this simple exercise. Close your eyes, inhale deeply for a count of 4, hold for 4, then exhale slowly for a count of 6. Repeat this for a few minutes. It can help bring you back to the present moment and create a sense of peace amidst the chaos. You don't need a meditation retreat or fancy tools. Just a few moments of mindful breathing can create a huge shift in how you feel. 2. Disconnect from technology, even just for an hour. We're constantly plugged into our phones, social media, and the world's endless noise. And while staying connected is important, sometimes that connection drains us more than it rejuvenates us. The constant buzz of notifications, comparing ourselves to others online, or simply scrolling through endless streams of content can intensify emotional exhaustion. Try setting aside a period of time each day, whether it's an hour or just 30 minutes, where you disconnect. Use that time to focus on something grounding, a walk, journaling, or spending time with people who lift you up. It may seem small, but it can provide a much-needed emotional reset. Or start journaling your thoughts. Sometimes, the best way to release pent-up emotions is to get them out of your head. Journaling is an incredibly therapeutic way to unload and make sense of what's going on inside. It doesn't need to be structured, just write whatever comes to mind. You might find that the simple act of putting your feelings on paper helps you see things from a different perspective, or at the very least gives you a sense of release. If you're unsure where to start, try these prompts. What am I feeling right now? What's something I'm grateful for today? What's a small victory I can celebrate, even if it's just surviving today? Get moving, even a little. When we're emotionally exhausted, our bodies feel tired too, but instead of sinking deeper into that fatigue, sometimes a bit of movement can help break the cycle. You don't need to run a marathon or hit the gym for hours. Just going for a walk outside, stretching, or doing a gentle yoga routine can release some of the emotional tension you're holding in your body. Exercise triggers the release of endorphins, which are your body's natural mood boosters. Even just 10 minutes of movement can give you a mental and emotional lift, helping you feel more energized and less overwhelmed. Lean on your support system. No shame in asking for help. One of the most underrated ways to heal from emotional exhaustion is through connection. We're not meant to go through life alone, and having a support system is key. Whether it's a close friend, a family member, or a mentor, talking to someone who understands and listens without judgment can be incredibly healing. If you don't feel ready to talk about everything, that's okay. Even just being around people who care can lighten your load. Let them know how you're feeling. Sometimes simply voicing your emotions can create an immediate sense of relief. And don't forget that it's okay to ask for help when you need it. You don't have to carry everything on your own. Get creative, it doesn't have to be perfect. Engaging in a creative activity can be a surprisingly effective way to relieve emotional exhaustion. Creativity is a way to express yourself, even without words. Whether it's drawing, painting, writing, dancing, or playing an instrument, the act of creating allows you to channel your feelings in a constructive way. And here's the best part, it doesn't matter if you're not a professional or if it's not going to be a masterpiece. The goal is not perfection, it's expression and release. So grab a pen, some paints, or put on your favorite song and let yourself get lost in the process. Hey, embrace silence in the hustle and bustle of everyday life. We're constantly surrounded by noise, whether it's music, conversations, or the hum of city life. But sometimes the best thing you can do for your emotional state is embrace silence. Give yourself space to sit in stillness, free from distractions. Find a quiet corner, close your eyes, and just breathe. If your mind starts to race, acknowledge your thoughts without judgment and let them drift away. Silence can provide clarity, helping you reconnect with your inner self and gain perspective on what's truly important. Conclusion: be kind to yourself. I know that emotional exhaustion doesn't vanish overnight, and these methods won't fix everything in an instant. But by taking small, intentional steps to care for yourself, you can begin to regain your emotional energy. And remember, it's okay to feel exhausted. It's part of being human. What matters most is how you respond to that exhaustion. Be kind to yourself and know that taking time to heal is not only okay, it's necessary. You deserve it. So take a deep breath, rest when you need to, and know that this moment of exhaustion will pass. You've got this.